Hello, everybody. Let's go ahead and turn this face cam on. How's everybody doing today? We're going to be doing some Warrington FC here on stream as we will finish season 4. It's been a while since I've hopped on a stream, and as I was prepping for this season 1 video, I decided that why not do it on stream? Have a little bit of fun with it. So, with Warrington, think everything's working just fine. Starting off here, we'll talk about the mission that we'll be doing scouting wise for this episode / live stream here, and that's going to be France. Still looking at the same positions. I have added center attacking mid to that mix though, with Stewart's nerf to his potential. I think we got to take a look out for that position and see if we can find somebody that also has great play styles like Matthew Stewart, but also has higher potential. Now, Stewart could always grow into it, but it's no guarantee. So, as we get into January, we'll also be into some Emirates FA Cup play. We might be watching some of that. In fact, I think I kind of want to watch Spurs play. The one downside of doing it on stream that I'm just now realizing is we're probably not going to do the youth tournament over the second half of this year, which I don't think not doing it for half of a year is the worst thing. Let's go back up to legendary from semi-pro. I play the youth tournaments on a lower difficulty so we can win them. But let's go ahead and get this simulation started. And I kind of want to play Spurs, if I'm being honest. We got a couple messages to read here. No, you are not going to be. Neither of you guys are going to be playing. I want to beat Spurs here. This is an 82 overall team on the attack and the defense, 83 in the midfield, 5 stars. So they're pretty good. 4-2-3-1 wide. That's a kind of similar setup to what we have. That looks like they just have midfielders instead of wingers. And they play a high pressing style. So I think this could be a pretty fun matchup for us. I'll do pre-match training. We'll go into... Let's do fast shots for this game. That's my favorite one. That's my go-to. And let's get this underway. Tactical view as always. So part of the reason I wanted to do this on stream is just like I said, I haven't been doing streams lately here on the channel. And every series I like to incorporate some level of gameplay and streaming into it when it makes sense. So we'll be doing that. Also, because I've been getting some suggestions here to show some more defense. And I feel like on stream you get to see the entirety of the match. So we'll get to see some of that defense. As I notice on the higher leagues of play, sometimes that happens where they'll just get the possession and just boot it all the way the other way. I'm not sure why that happens. It's probably some tradition I don't know about. But here we go. How will we do against another Premier League team here in Spurs? Joe White, an early chance into the box. Saved away by the keeper. Corner kick. Joe White will take it as he always does. Made some adjustments. Jermaine Ratcliffe, last episode, had him replace Yunus Aman. The pass to him, though, was not quite on target. Good defense by the Spurs. And up the left wing. They'll go for their first chance. Wagana, great defense. But Spurs retain possession. Passing it around in the box, but there's not many pathways to the goal here. Good defense. Finally, the shot will come, but it is wide. Oliver Kuhn kicks it deep, but Spurs gain possession. I feel like now that the competition is a little bit better, we don't win those deep kicks from Kuhn as much. Makes sense. Some of the lower leagues, Nelson would create some pretty big advantages on those deep kicks from Kuhn. Seeing this high pressing system from Spurs, and it's pretty effective here against us, as they'll get a corner kick here. The header is saved away. I'm not sure if Kuhn deflected that or if that was off the head of Clark. Maybe both, honestly. Clark with another header here. But the possession's been pretty heavily for Tottenham here in the first 12 minutes. And we'll get a possession here. What can we do with it? Ramos up to Stewart. Great through ball. Joe White tracks it down. White tries to lay it inside for Marcus Nelson. We'll get a corner. Who will we go to on this one? It's going to be back to Ratcliffe, but Souza here has played it pretty well on both corners. Inside this time to Nelson, and over the top of the goal for Nelson's first attempt. So just going over some, addressing some comments that I've seen on the videos. One has been to potentially move Joe White to center attacking mid because his pace isn't really what you expect from a winger. This is a great attack from the Spurs here, but Kuhn able to save it away. I don't know if the Spurs is correct. That's like the San Antonio Spurs. I think it's just Spurs, so I gotta probably not call them the Spurs. On the attack now, though. Looking for a pass, and Jermaine Ratcliffe steps in front of it. Going the other way. And that's where maybe you want Joe White to have a little bit more pace. But he, of course, I think he was a right mid or a left mid when we actually first scouted him. But we, of course, changed his position to winger. So because he wasn't a winger originally, his pace wasn't very high. We've been trending it up a lot to the point where it's not like horrible, but maybe more of a midfielder's pace than a winger's pace. If Matthew Stewart doesn't end up getting his potential up, we have, I think, more wingers than cam options right now, so I could see Joe White getting that change. That's a good ball into the box. 1v1 with Kuhn, and he saves it with his foot. Excellent reaction time from Oliver Kuhn. So we'll wait and see with White. So far, I don't think the lack of pace for him at right wing has really hurt us. So I'm not opposed to keeping him there, but I'm also not opposed to eventually moving him to cam. I need to check at some point in this stream how long it would take him to move to cam to see if it's even a realistic option. Up to the left wing. And Diarra intercepts that one. Passes it ahead to White. Can we get a counterattack going here? Marcus Nelson searching for a pass. Finds Joe. White. Ahead. Matthew Stewart. No, it's going to be for Diarra. Stewart might have been offsides, so he didn't go for the touch. Diarra! not sure if that was a pass or a shot. Either way, Spurs regains possession. Past the 30-minute mark. And Jermaine Ratcliffe, great job on the tackle there. Towards midfield, Clark lays it off for Wagana in that wing-back role, something we haven't really been using prior to Wagana joining the team. I like having an extra guy to help the attack on occasion. That's a great play from Marcus Nelson, but trying to pass to Joe White, I think he should have just maybe taken an extra dribble inside and gone for the shot. On the attack, Spurs once more. Up ahead to Tell. Tell is tackled by Jermaine Ratcliffe. He's been heavily involved defensively so far in this game as Nelson loses it. About 10 minutes remain here in the half. That pass wasn't very good. Joe White ahead for Marcus Nelson. Nelson's got one defender to beat. He'll try and give it off to Matthew Stewart, but it's intercepted. Tottenham going the other way. Nikolic with it, and it's intercepted by Ratcliffe again. Shutting down a lot of these Tottenham attacks. 0-0. Neither team able to come up with many great shots. Tottenham's certainly gotten more than we have so far. That's for sure. Betancourt. He'll just, I don't even know what that was. I think it was an attempt at a lofted through ball, but won't go anywhere. Nelson loses that battle as the defender crawled up his back. Spurs on the attack once more. Nikolic lays it for Tell. Tell has a good angle on the ball and off the deflection. Spurs get the first goal of the game. They've been on the attack for most of this first half. I thought we've honestly done a pretty good job defending it, but you keep giving them this many chances. Eventually, one's going to drop. And Kuhn's been playing excellently, but couldn't get that deflection out of harm's way. We're behind 1-0 here in the first game of the calendar year and the opening game of the FA Cup. Stewart. I actually don't know if this is our first FA Cup game. I don't know when that starts. It's the first one that we're watching, though, this year. Ended up watching a lot of our matchups last year because we were dominating our competition. Probably won't focus as much on the FA Cup this year because our position in our league is less sure than it was a year ago. But that'll take us to halftime. I don't think we necessarily looked bad, but certainly didn't look good. 64% possession for Spurs. 11 shots to 2. This is the kind of stuff, I mean, the possession isn't super abnormal. It's a little bit higher than we usually allow. But being down 11 to 2 on shots is not our way. That is not very typical for us, but Marcus Nelson. Nelson out to Wagana. We got some space here to work with. Gabriel Ramos. Back to Jason Clark. No real passing lanes as a lot of guys were just kind of standing around. So we'll lose possession. Wagana. Great interception. Higgins now with some space. Can we make some better use of it this time? Tries to go for Nelson, but the defender was right there in the passing lane. Spurs now on the attack, and Ratcliffe was standing right in front of that pass. Wasn't a particularly good one. Diarra out to the wing. White for Stewart. Matthew Stewart trying to keep the defender on his back. Couldn't do it, though. That's where maybe a little bit of the lack of size comes into play with Matthew Stewart. Just 5'9", compared to Brendan McDonald, who was 6'1" for us at the position. Although pretty skinny. Tottenham here into the box. Great pass from Tell. But the defense was ready for it. Patrick Higgins. Into midfield for Marcus Nelson. Nelson. To Jason Clark. Back to Marcus. He'll lay it up. Matthew Stewart, best chance of the game! And we get it! In for the equalizer. Matthew Stewart. Finally a counterattack. Works out for Warrington here. Off of the crossbar. I mean, why are they talking about this as a goal decision? Didn't it just like land fully inside the goal after that? I don't know. But beautiful attack there by Warrington. Finally found a lane through this Tottenham defense. Spurs now. With a little bit of added pressure, trying to turn this back into a win. After letting up the first goal. On the attack. Gray to Tell. Playing a little bit of a two-man game, these two. And Ratcliffe shuts it down. Been our most active defender for sure in this game. Nelson. Now trying to get us the lead. Playing with some physicality there. Out to White. White can't keep it in bounds. Spurs with the throw-in. I feel like this stream is also going to test my my commentating skills, because unlike with the other series I do, this has been a post commentary where I don't commentate it live. So I'm not used to commentating the entirety of these games. That is a great ball. Clark up to Higgins, but he's got a couple of defenders right on him. Can't find anyone to pass to. Just passing midfield, and Ramos not really providing much of resistance. White to Stewart, up ahead to Marcus Nelson. White now with the ball. Crafty. Stewart, right back to Joe White. He'll take the shot. It's deflected, and Marcus Nelson can't quite get to it off of the deflection. Close one, though. Through ball. Up ahead to Kuluso. I'm not even going to try. I'm sorry. I couldn't see the name long enough to really give it a good shot. Some of these names, man. Kulusevski? I think that's what it is. Tell. Has that one. Intercepted by Ramos. Nelson now. Searching for a pass. He'll find it. Joe White. White into the box and scores it! Warrington takes the lead in the 77th minute. Finally, finding some angles to attack this Spurs defense. Nelson with another assist. And now we're in position to come out with a victory against a Premier League team. Beautiful goal there from Joe White. Great counterattack from the boys. Now Spurs. Looking for a good attack here in the second half. They were all over the ball in the first, but Warrington has fought back valiantly here in the second half. Can they muster up something here in the final 15 or so minutes? Diarra. Great physical defense there, but the pass was great. Kuhn with the great reflexes. Now Wagana plays it ahead. Matthew Stewart. He'll go for Higgins. He can't beat Vanderland to the ball. Spurs win it back. Now on the attack. Is that Xavi? Javi? I don't know how you pronounce that last name. Cross inside is punched away by Kuhn. Spurs remain in possession until Ratcliffe intercepts it. Nelson, this time he beats the defense on the long ball pass. And, oh man, that was close from Stewart. Had he just gotten that a little bit more out ahead, I think we would have had a chance at a third Warrington goal in this match. Blocked by Clark. Higgins. Ahead for Wagana. Tons of space in front of Yomo Wagana. Cleared away. Clark, though, with it. Still with the ball, despite it being deflected a couple of times. Was that not a handball? Kind of looked like a handball to me. But we'll say play on. And this one will remain in Warrington's possession. Tottenham, good defense, but can't get possession back, and they need it. Only a few minutes remain. If we can just stay on the ball here, we can walk away victorious. Nelson tries to find Patrick Higgins for a third assist. Won't get there, though. Stewart. White. He's now has space, and Joe White will score his second of the match. And now surely Warrington will be victorious. 3 second-half goals after only mustering 2 shots in the first half. This time Stewart with a great pass. Not a ton of space there to make it. White makes the move to lose his defender and then puts it on target. Beautiful football here in the second half. And Warrington, after about another minute, Spurs maybe trying to make this a one-score game here in the final few seconds, but wasn't looking great for us in the first half. To end up with a 3-1 victory is pretty neat. So, let's go ahead and take a look at some match facts here. Possession was a little bit more favoring us this time. Shots, we ended up getting outshot 16-7 in this game, but we made our shots count more. As for the best performances of this match, Joe White with the 2 goals will be the top guy here, but Nelson gets a 7.2 off of his 2 assists. A goal and an assist for Stewart. Jason Clark played well. Jermaine Ratcliffe with a 7.8, very much so deserved. Oliver Kuhn with a 7, even with allowing the goal. I thought he made some nice plays as well. Certainly had a couple of saves that required some pretty great reaction time from our keeper. And that will be the end of this match. So, getting a win here in the FA Cup, and got to make our bench players not as sad. We got some bench guys who are sad that they're not getting as much playing time, but the Spurs is not the moment to be playing some of our backups. I want to see if we can beat a Premier League team, and we did. So we got some money there from the FA Cup. Because we're still in the FA Cup, we'll have to get a match rescheduled here. So as I said last episode, we are in 3rd place in the championship, EFL championship here. One thing I wanted to check here, how long would it take for Joe White to potentially move to camp. It'll only take him 2 weeks. So if that's something that we want to do down the line, that is certainly a possibility for us to have Joe White be a center attacking mid. So that's good to know going forward. We've got ourselves a match here against Plymouth Argyle. Probably not going to spend too much time on this one. We'll go ahead and quick sim it as they're on the opposite end of the championship standings. Higgins with a goal. Caicedo no longer on Chelsea. With the equalizer, though, late to make this one a draw. Got a new role here for Fraser. One of our bench center backs. As we move further along here. Next up on the schedule is Bristol City. Another one where they are at the very end of the bottoms. We have dropped to 4th. We end up beating them 4-1. We get we get 2 first half goals from Joe White. Higgins scores, and then Stewart scores late. Pretty nice win there. So we will approach the end of January here. Stoke City, they're top 10. Let's go ahead and see. Typically, just for the pacing, I only watch 1 episode a month max. They're a pretty solid team. They've lost their last 2. I think we can go ahead and move forward through the end of January. And we will fall to Stoke City. Not putting up any goals. It's rare that we put up a 0. I'll say that. Nakasawa's probably not happy. Oh, he's happy because he actually did play in this game. And maybe that's why we lost. Our next game is on the 3rd, which is also our day for a Youth Academy update. I did forget that we haven't done the wheel. We want to do the wheel here on stream. Sure, why not? Let's bring up the wheel. See if we have to lose somebody here in the second half of the year. That would be unfortunate. But let's go ahead and spin it. Oh, I clicked the wrong button here. I got to interact. Here we go. What is going to be our spot here? We end up getting an additional lone spot on the defense. Interesting. So we can now send out a second defender on loan. My question is, do we save that for the summer transfer window? We already talked about why we're not doing it with Wagana. Is there anybody else on the defense? Not really here. So I think we might save this for the transfer of the summer transfer window. I mean, there's nobody here that I'm really super excited to promote. Maybe a Jack Stewart. We could promote him and loan him out. But again, I think I'd just still rather do that in the summer transfer window. Although he's 17, he could request to be promoted prior to the summer transfer window, and then his potential could go down. He's probably the next guy that I would want to use this for, though. Man, he does not have much pace. Should probably be training on something on pace. Let's do this. It also shaves a week off. now, so let's do that. Want to get that pace up. Like, if you're 5'7", you better be pretty fast. That's all I gotta say. So, here's an update on our youth academy. We'll get, hopefully, a new player added here soon. Not going to use it now, though, so we'll just sim past deadline day, as we're not required to transfer anybody out at this time. So, into the month of February we go. Always get this. $210 million spent by the league. That is, or not dollars, obviously, but pounds. We've got West Bromwich Albion here. So are they playing? They are not playing our guys. So this is the team. So Johansson is one of their substitutes, it looks like. I wish they were starting him. I'd probably watch this game if Edward Johansson were starting, but he is not. So I think we might end up simulating this game. But before we do that, let's go ahead and get our first update from France. There is a center back here, Vincent Leon, who looks pretty solid. He's only an exciting prospect, so he doesn't have potential to be special, but I think that's definitely still an ad. These other guys, I think we will say no to for the time being, but that is the best ad we've had now in a couple of episodes, I think. Vincent Leon only ends up with 2. He had the potential to get up to 4. Long throw, I mean, I don't really see how long throw helps much at all. As well as enforcer. Enforcer's certainly not bad. I'll take enforcer, but yeah. All right. That is the Youth Academy update. Oh, you know what? Let's watch this game just in case Johansson ends up coming in as a sub. And also because I really have to go to the bathroom. I should have gone before I started stream. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to leave y'all with I'm going to turn on the commentator and have them commentate while I do a quick bathroom break. And I will be back. And y'all will be watching. Why is nobody commentating? Did I not do that right? Did I not save it? This is not how I was expecting this to go. Is it because I have this on? No, it shouldn't be. Why is commentary not working? No, these are sliders. Well, this is certainly not how I was. Obviously, I don't work with commentary in this game often. Interesting. Well, I'm sorry, you're going to have to watch some gameplay without the commentary for a little bit because I got to go to the restroom. But enjoy the first few minutes of this EFL Championship match. All right, I'm back. Sorry for the delay. We will hop into this one. Still 0-0, so nobody scored in my short absence. But we've got an attack here that is shut down. The pass from Clark to Higgins. Counterattack ensuing. Stewart now. Back to Marcus Nelson. Nelson to Higgins. Into the box. Stewart takes the shot. Over the goal there. In the pouring rain for this game. What is this team's name again? West Bromwich Albion. Okay. Certainly don't know all the English soccer team names. Or sorry, not soccer, football. My apologies. I try to avoid saying that word whenever I can. Clark, nice block there. But West Bromwich Albion has still have the possession, but now it is intercepted by Warrington. I apologize. White to Gabriel Ramos. He'll cross it over to Clark. Wagana with it. Wagana finds Stewart in space. Matthew Stewart gets by the defender and scores it! Matthew Stewart with the goal. Beautiful dribbling by our Cam to score the opening goal here at home. I mean, just had his defender lost on that tackle attempt. Stewart was nowhere even close. 1-0 Warrington. As we are now to the 20-minute mark. Passing it around on the left side. Grant tries to go ahead for the through ball, but great defense from Diarra. Nelson with the ball. Passes to Jason Clark, who takes the outside the box shot. But an easy save. Now leading to a counterattack the other way up the left wing. Inside now for Grant. Grant lays it off, and Diakite taking the deep shot. That's the best, at least that I've seen them be able to come up with for an attack so far. I feel like we're doing a pretty good job defensively. Diarra intercepts that one. Going the other way. Stewart ahead. Joe White, great job there to get possession of the ball. Joe White for Stewart. Nelson turns around and... oh, there's a guy with a yellow card. Did that happen while I was away? Or did I miss that happening? Early yellow card. That is fun. Grant with it. He'll pass it to that guy, who I don't even know how to pronounce his name. I'm not even going to try. Gabriel Ramos with the intercept. Nelson, that's a good ball. Joe White, was he onside? I think he was. Joe White saved, and Higgins off the deflection. Can't get it on target. It would have been a nice acrobatic goal. Instead, West Bromwich Albion will try to get their first attack rolling here. Their first good attack, I should say. And Wagana just steps right in front of that pass. It was pretty weak. Joe White ahead. Joe White into the box. Just misses on that strike. Oh, that is not what I meant to do. I meant to turn this on. How's it going, Johnny? Decided to, change things up to a live stream as Marcus Nelson finds the net. But he was offsides. Or offside. Yeah, I mean, pretty easily, unfortunately. Not even particularly close. Score remains 1-0 to the 35-minute mark now. West Bromwich. Trying to just find any sort of space on this defense, but man, it's been hard to come by for them. Shrivers? Is that how you say that name? Shrivers? It's probably Shrivers, I would guess. Lays it off. But, I mean, these passes, they're just not really creating much of an attack here. Because whenever they try and pass it forward, the defense is right there. Gabriel Ramos. Joe White passes ahead. Marcus Nelson. Matthew Stewart back to Marcus. And he just gets surrounded by defenders there. Hope you're having fun with FC. It's been fun watching. I am having fun with FC. For sure. Learning how to commentate, how to play the game, how to enjoy football. The European style, at least. It's been a fun project. Who's our next CB prospect besides Amon? Well, I think we just found him in this episode. It is a French center back named Leon, who looks pretty solid. I still think we could maybe even do better, but for now, Leon is our next up-and-coming center back, I think, which we can look at him once we get to the next Youth Academy report. 2-0 now in the first half. We're really watching this game hoping that, or this match, hoping that Johansson ends up getting subbed in. Maybe if this is a blowout, that increases his likelihood. That would be fun. Joe White, that's a beautiful ball up to Stewart. Stewart to Nelson. Marcus Nelson, that's saved. Final minutes before the half. And Jermaine Ratcliffe towering over the defenders. Heads it into the goal. 3-0 now Warrington. We might not even watch the second half of this one. Ratcliffe, he's been awesome in this episode. Was our best defender last game. This time, yeah, I mean, you're not getting up there with Jermaine Ratcliffe. It's just not happening. Shrivers. Love the white jerseys especially. Yeah, the white jerseys I feel like have been the strongest for both kits. I do like the blue as well. The yellows I don't think out on the field looked quite as, or out on the pitch, I'm using all the wrong terminology, looked quite as good as I was hoping they would. So if we don't promote this year, I might still change the yellow kits for next season. Halftime match facts here. I mean, only one shot. This was not like the first game of the stream. In fact, like the opposite. So hopefully the second half also doesn't go the opposite of last match here. 11 shots to 1 in favor of the good guys here. Let's get into the second half. Up 3-0. If we score another one, we might just sim to the end. Unless we see Johansson sub into the game before that point. Joe White with it. Has some space. Decided to just go for the shot. I don't think that was a terrible decision because even though he had some space, there weren't really passing lanes for him. Stewart. Now in a similar situation here, he's just going to keep dribbling it. Eventually gets tackled. How's it going, man? Happy to have you here. Styles up the left wing. And Ramos intercepts the pass, clears it away. But West Bromwich will keep possession. Price lays it ahead. Through ball into the box for Grant. Grant passes it back. Jermaine Ratcliffe steps in front. Takes the ball away. Oh! That's got to be a card. Let me guess, Nelson scored 3 straight. Actually, Nelson hasn't been doing the scoring for us. He's been more of an assist man, a table setter in this one. The 2 Norwegian strikers alongside Holland. Next World Cup is going to be wild. Yeah, add in that in this save, Edward Johansson will be playing alongside Holland in the next World Cup, maybe. We made that team even stronger. Higgins gets by his defender. Higgins will go for a goal, and he's got it. Patrick Higgins makes it 4-0 Warrington. Oh, you're talking about our 2 wingers? Finn Nilsson is pretty good too, but yeah, he's just probably not going to play for our team. But Patrick Johansson, yeah, we've made Norway's attack pretty strong in the future for sure. 4-0 though. They haven't brought in Johansson. I think we can go ahead and sit to the end of this one. This one, and it ends up being 6-1. Nelson and White score. So Stewart scored our first 2, then Ratcliffe, Higgins, Nelson, and White. So 5 different players score for us in the game. Joe White now has inside forward, so we should probably go back to continuing to train his pace. The thing is, like, inside forward gets up so much faster than everything else. I guess this one's pretty good. It's 7 weeks, and it gets him stamina and pace. Playmaker, unfortunately, doesn't. Yeah, I think we'll do this one. Why not? All right. Moving forward here. Watford, we've played a couple times, so I don't think we'll really worry about playing them here today. We beat them twice when we've watched already. We're not at full strength, so some of the people who are upset about not playing, they'll get some playing time, I think, in this game. I mean, Wagana's full, but Thompson, I think, needs a bit of a morale booster. We'll get Nakasawa some time in this one, I think. Let's get Harada some action. Yeah, I think we'll go with this. Maybe, oh no, let's get Miller. He's not very happy with his playing time. Let's get him some time here. We'll see if we can beat these guys at not full strength. No, we cannot. Are you able to play CPU versus CPU? Yeah, so in this game, it's called tactical mode. And I do play, I play. I watch. Nice shirt, by the way, Fiend. Where'd you get it? Where did I get this shirt? I think Amazon, honestly. Yeah, it's kind of wild, but I do like this shirt. It got colors all over the spectrum here. So, yeah, no problem, Donald. Stewart is great, even playing with low rating. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think the 7 play styles are making us not really miss Brendan McDonald much, other than the fact that like, I miss Brendan McDonald, but I don't think we're not getting worse play out of the cam spot than we were with Brendan McDonald, I don't think. In fact, I could argue we're even Matthew Stewart looks better than Brendan McDonald at certain aspects of the game. Certainly think he's been a better dribbler. And I think he passes. I don't know if I could strictly say he passes better, but he does more variety of passes than Brendan McDonald did for us. So I've liked having Matthew Stewart. I hope his potential goes up. And he definitely, he scores more too. So far, very happy. We'll go through this Fulham game, FA Cup. Said I didn't want to focus as much on the FA Cup here this year as I did last year. We'll end up losing in penalties. That's going to be one problem with our team. If you just look at penalties, I guess the best place to look at this would be on the development. Oh yeah, that's why it's weird, because I'm looking at keepers. If you look at like penalties, or yeah, you can't really upgrade penalties, and nobody's good at penalties. Nakasawa's the highest on our team right now at 50, 51 to Higgins. And then our strikers are okay at them, but there's nothing that upgrades penalties. So in these tournaments where you end up in penalty situations, we're going to be pretty bad. The only way to upgrade penalties is to go balanced, which is the slowest one. It doesn't give you any rolls. It does upgrade everything, though. So being in late game penalty shootouts might be a problem for us later on. See, I mean, Patrick Higgins, one of the best players on our team, he's appreciating the games we're giving him. Meanwhile, a 63 overall is complaining about not playing over a guy who's like 15 overall higher than him. You gotta love it, man. You got to love it. Got a new email here. Our performance has dropped a little recently. Oh no. We're 4th in the championship in the first year that we've been there. We just promoted last year. How about you calm down, buddy? I think it's because we lost in the FA Cup, and that was one of our goals, is to make it farther than that in the FA Cup. We also just lost to Portsmouth. That's not great. Yes, Sele complains a lot about not playing, which means he's probably just got to go. I have him as like a good injury insurance because he plays 3 different spots on the defense, but he's the lowest rated player on our team, and he always complains about not playing. Bro has no self-awareness. Youth tournament ends soon. That's just going to be, unfortunately, something we're not super involved with for this stream. So what is that red goal there that's obviously not a goal? Is that like a goal that was offset because it was offside? Or is that like a missed penalty? Those are the only things I could think of. Stewart scores for us and we win it. I have no idea what that symbol means. Nakasawa needs more games. Him, I understand more. He's a 72, but I mean, you're not playing over Matthew Stewart, my guy. Hate to break it to you. But we could probably get him a game here today because Stewart's not at 100% energy. So here you go, bud. Probably put in a few guys. Yeah, it's starting to get pretty difficult to keep everybody happy. I guess we'll... no, Thompson, you're just going to have to suck it up. I want Wagana to play as much as possible. Thought about playing Sele just to keep him quiet, but nope. 2-2 draw. We get Nelson and Gabriel Ramos with goals, but we give up the equalizer late. We'll get just 1 point here. And we've got a matchup against Leeds United. I have been wanting to play Leeds United again. If it's our last matchup against them, we might watch it. But I do want to start to make a little bit more progress here. We're still only in February. Got a long way to go here. We'll keep him on this. Keep him on half winger, even though he's full winger. Oh, yeah, so this is the guy. Vincent Leon. Let's go wide back because I want him to train up some pace and some stamina. But this is the guy that is probably, after Jermaine Ratcliffe, our second best long-term center back on the team right now. 6'2". Just found him earlier on in this stream. Not amazing, but he is our second best right now. That's a position I'm still trying to find somebody that I love. And we haven't quite found it yet. You want to watch it? We'll see if we face them again. If we don't, we'll probably watch it. We have Wolves. That's Oxford. That's not Leeds. We do not face them again. So this is our last time facing Leeds. So let's watch it. Why not? Before we do that, though, let's get our pre-match training in. Let's go with this time. Let's go with timed lob through pass. I just like all the passing play styles it gives us. And just take one more look at this team before we face off against them. 4.5 stars, 77 attack, 79 mid, 80 defense. Standard play style. They won their last match, but that's the only one of the last 5 that they have won. We're not at full strength. I think we'll have... Ooh, Lewis isn't at full strength either. We'll go with Fraser. We haven't seen Fraser yet. He has the most play styles of any of our center backs. He has 6. One of them's power shot. I don't know how much he's really going to use that, but he has it. Stewart's not at 100%, but neither is Nakasawa, so I think we'll just stick with Stewart. Nakasawa might get into the game late, though. And other than that, I think we'll keep our starting guys out for this one. And to the question of CPU versus CPU, this is where it is, Donald. If you're still hanging around and you just tactical view. Gives me the chance to still control substitutions. But other than that, CPU versus CPU. Marcus Nelson hasn't been scoring a ton in today's episode, and he already wasn't at the top of the league. I think he was tied for second heading into today in terms of goals scored. But maybe he can have a big game here against Leeds United. Joe White on the right wing. Finds Ramos. Ramos to Clark. Clark inside to Higgins. Higgins will take the first shot of this one. A little bit wide as McKnight once again has the weird blazer. I still don't understand what the heck that glitch is, man. And I don't know how to prevent it. It's not like the biggest glitch, which is why I don't really care to do too much research into it to find out, but it is just kind of funky. Okafor with it. He'll loft it out to the left wing. Diarra denies the cross inside and clears it out, but Leeds will remain with possession. Inside, Ratcliffe with the interception. Can we build a counterattack now? Higgins with it. Higgins. White. Stewart loses it. Not a great first touch there from Matthew Stewart. Leeds now searching for an opening, but a great interception from Stewart. Now we're going the other way. Joe White to Nelson. Into Jason Clark. Tried to feed it back to Marcus Nelson, but Leeds was ready for that pass. When is the GOAT going to be a coach? In 2K27 or another sport like hockey, perhaps? Which GOAT are you referring to? Are you talking about... When you say the GOAT, I can think of 3 different players that I would say are in the running for the GOAT of this channel. I still haven't decided what I'm doing on 2K27 yet. Other than the fact that it'll be a CPU versus CPU franchise, of course, but other than that, a lot is still up in the air on that front. I'm honestly thinking about doing a Chicago Bulls franchise. Caleb Wilson was so fun in Summer League. Talk about Saramago. Here's the thing about Mago. Mago doesn't really strike me as a coach. Oh, that's just off the mark from Matthew Stewart. Promising attack there, but it'll lead to nothing. Saramago. Yeah, awesome player. Ooh, nicely done from Ramos, but couldn't get it to White. The most dominant player, I think, in the channel's history so far. But, yeah, it doesn't strike me as a coach as much as... I mean, we've already used McKnight from that team as a coach for 2 different series now, including this one. Greenlight McKnight. Rafael Murillo? If you, like, actually did coaches in baseball, I think he would have been a coach. Oliver Kuhn, man. What a save as Leeds had themselves a one-on-one. Stewart shuts down that header. Ramos will just clear it away. Rafael Murillo. Yes. As far like you, well, I mean, you obviously do have your managers in baseball, but you don't create them. You just have what's available to you in the game from the pool of available coaches. But if I could create one for baseball, it'd be him. Matthew Stewart with it. He's got a defender on him and gets tackled. Potentially looking for a pass. Leeds. Gets a good pass there to Okafor. Okafor gets it out to the left wing. Back toward midfield. Stock. Pass out. Okafor with it again. He'll go for the shot, and it's just outside. Both sides now with a couple of really close shots that nearly became goals. Nelson wins the ball there on that long pass from Kuhn. Nelson turns around and fires off the hands of the keeper. Another close one. But neither team able to find themselves a goal yet. But yeah, well, what would you guys think about a non-expansion team 2K franchise? I've been doing draft only now for the last 3 2Ks with an expansion team, and it's been fun, but I feel like talking about 2K here, I feel like the Venom series to me is very close to that Rockies series that I did in terms of how I'm just in a situation of how do I top that? How do I top a team that won 8 championships in 10 years? And, you know, after the Rockies series, the next year, I did not do a draft-only franchise. I changed it up with the Pirates. I feel like I might do that again here in 2K. Take a year off from the draft-only expansion franchise formula and do kind of a realistic house-ruled rebuild of the Bulls. Or maybe not even 100% the Bulls. It could be another team, maybe the Nets. Because I need to go to the East. I've been in the West the last 2 years. It's a good ball into Higgins and the diving save. So that's my thought process for those who are excited for the 2K series that'll be upcoming in, I guess, next month now, right? 2K comes out in September. We're into August now. Yeah, the Nets are probably in their worst spot. Oh my goodness. Stock. At least I hope that's how you pronounce that name. Had a great shot at the goal and he just missed. Because, you know, the Knicks just won the championship. They fell in the lottery in what was like one of the most hyped lotteries in recent memory. And then they don't even have their pick next year, which makes that rebuild very intriguing. They also had their pick was looking pretty good in Summer League too. Maybe not as exciting as Caleb Wilson, but still very good. Marcus Nelson finds Matthew Stewart. Stewart into the box. No! Looks like we'll be heading into the half. 0-0. As another shot goes just wide. A lot of shots off target for both sides here in the first half, and we will head to the break. Taking a look at the halftime stats here. 5 shots for Warrington, 3 for Leeds United. Leeds had a 59% possession percentage. They had a lot more passes than us, but that goes into possession here. We also have guys who like to dribble a little bit more than the CPU team, I feel like. I'm fine with that. I feel like dribbling is fun. Yeah, I think Stewart probably should have had that one, or at least forced a save. Get it at least on target. If it's saved, then it's saved. But into the second half we go. We'll see if either team can find the back of the net in this half. There's Jacob Fraser. Didn't really notice him too much in that first half. I was kind of distracted, but center backs, I feel like as long as you're not noticing them for bad reasons, then they're doing fine. Clark kind of got stood up there after getting the tackle. Couldn't get to the ball. Now, racing up the left wing. That guy's quick. But Diarra shuts it down. Now on the counterattack we go. Stewart. Nelson. Into Joe White. White. Keeps it. Goes to Higgins. And it's saved by Perry. Probably our best attack yet. But still no good. Wagana now. regains possession for us. Nelson. Nelson looking for a pass. He'll find Wagana. Back to Marcus. Oh, man. Had he been able to keep possession there, he would have had a really nice shot on goal. A really nice attempt, at least. Whether or not his shot would be on goal would be up to him. Clark. To Marcus Nelson. Nelson gets it back. Gets by the defense. Marcus Nelson! The goalkeeper having himself quite a day here for Leeds United. Stewart to Marcus. Another save! And off the deflection, Nelson can't get the angle. But we're starting to get a lot of shots up here in the... I mean, what was that? 3 or 4 in the first 10 minutes of the second half? Joe White. We got possession back again when I was looking away for 1 second. But now Leeds United is going the other way. That guy's quick, man. I don't know how to pronounce that last name, but he is fleet of foot. Jesus. Nice job there by Jason Clark, tagging that Leeds United player. Higgins finds the pass to Stewart, but Stewart couldn't quite get enough on that one to Nelson, allowed the defender to step in front of it. Leeds. Now probing our defense, looking for an opportunity. Okafor turns around. It's right back to Okafor. Jesus with space. But Fraser, nice job shutting down the angles, and Kuhn scoops it up. More good defense there from Warrington. And that one looks like it just went out of bounds. Should we be making any substitutions here? Stewart is gassed. I think I love Matthew Stewart, but he is absolutely gassed out there right now. I'm also going to have Harada come in for Gabriel Ramos. I think I liked what Clark's been doing, so I'll keep him out. That's what we'll do for now. Next dead ball, those subs should come in. Leeds. Looking for something. They just brought in this DeBoss guy. He nearly... I guess it wouldn't have been his assist, right? But Okafor almost got that one on target. Had Fraser right on his back. Good call. Yeah, I think so. I think Stewart is definitely better, but Nakasawa's had some solid moments in this series as well. He's a capable cam. He gets the ball here. Nakasawa goes for goal. Saved away by Higgins. Finally, a goal is scored in the 67th minute. Patrick Higgins off of yet another save. But Nakasawa there, I mean, just got right past the defender. It was clear that we needed a little bit more energy from that spot. And we take the lead. Ton of shots here in the second half. Finally, one finds its way home. Looking for our first victory against Leeds. And Nakasawa, that was a great dribble to shake his defender there for sure. He seems pretty good at dribbling. I'll say that. Okafor, another one. Goes just off target. Kuhn. That's deep for Nelson. Nelson wins it. Harada. Up to Joe White. Joe White. I don't know. I think that was supposed to go to Nelson, but there were just way too many Leeds players in the vicinity. Clark to Marcus Nelson. Higgins with it now. Higgins into the box. He's fast too. Patrick Higgins got some speed on him. Speaking of speed, Leeds quickly up the field on this attack. Okafor, nice tackle. Jermaine Ratcliffe. There was way too much space to be comfortable there on that Leeds attack, but Ratcliffe saves us. Nelson, that is some physical play from DeBost to win back possession for Leeds United. DeBost. Up to Jesus. Jesus gets by Arata. Leeds mounting some sort of attack here, but once again, Ratcliffe, man, he is a beast. Higgins. Nakasawa. Right back to Patrick Higgins! Into the box! Goal! Higgins, number 2. Nakasawa on the assist. And Warrington extends the lead 2-0. Beautifully done. Leeds, that was really tough match for us last game. Or last episode, excuse me. And this time here in the second half, we've looked like the better team for sure. Higgins. To Nakasawa. Nakasawa searching, trying to get to Nelson. But he's shut down. Leeds now. Needs something to go right for them, but Nelson gets possession. Nelson! I mean, he did that little backhill dribble he likes to do. But I think it allowed the defender to come back and get in line with him. He had like a half step, it felt like. Joe White just steps in front of that pass. That was a lazy pass. Some poor passing from Leeds here, giving us easy possession. Nelson trying to get on the board in this game. But he just hasn't been scoring quite at the rate that we're used to start this calendar year. He has 5 shots. Certainly not shy about putting them up. Just hasn't been able to find the back of the net yet. Higgins stepping in front of another pass. Nakasawa to Patrick Higgins. That one intercepted. Probably less than 10 minutes left for Leeds to try and come up with something here. And here it is. Up the right side. Lofted into the middle, and Kuhn dives. Thought Jermaine Ratcliffe maybe would have been able to clear that one away, but it was a really nice pass. Nakasawa to Marcus. Marcus lays it back for Harada. Jason Clark. That was just not a very good touch. One potentially final push for Leeds here, and oh no, are we going to give him a free kick? Oh no, are they going to say he was offside? Okay, cool. I like that better. Higgins gets possession. He's got some speed on him, and he'll burst forward into the box. Higgins, maybe a hat trick for Higgins? Nope. Just couldn't quite find the shot he wanted, just kept dribbling it. Joe White will take this corner. Looks like it'll just be a short corner here. To Wagana. Wagana crosses it inside, and snagging it is Perry. He's had a pretty decent overall game for Leeds. Okafor. Back up. Crosser comes. DeBost. Leeds passing. Getting closer and closer. Ratcliffe right there, though, for Okafor. And Harada ultimately with the intercept. And we will finish off this victory 2-0 over Leeds United. Another pretty interesting game, but Warrington just really had a lot more success on our attacks in the second half. We end up with 14 shots to Leeds 6. The defense just wasn't offering any angles. So good job by then. Our lead rating guy for this game is Higgins with his 2 goals. Nakasawa gets an assist. So he came in and it ended up working out for us there. Nelson still ends up with a 7.4 just because he was able to get so many shots up and shots on target. Ratcliffe, good game. Willie Raccoon, a nice one as well. Player of the match, of course, is Patrick Higgins. Pretty nice showing there. So into March we go. Let's get another academy update here out of France. Ooh, this looks like a pretty promising report. Let's talk about Guillaume first. He's 5'10". He doesn't look terrible. I don't know if he looks all that great. Lemonnier is a center mid. 0-2 play styles. And then Denis Clerc. 3-6 play styles. Looks like he's got solid potential here. I think we'll sign him up. Do I think the Heat are going to be good this year? I think they're... Yeah, I mean, they got Giannis. And they've got Bam. And they've got some other solid pieces. I think the Heat were an interesting decision for Giannis. Because the result of the trade for Giannis... I'm going to actually leave these two undecided for now. They gave up a lot of their depth, and now I don't know if they have enough to go deep in the playoffs. They're certainly a good playoff team, probably a second-round playoff team, but after that, I mean, there are just some good teams in the East. I'll be curious to see how far they go. Yeah, they're going to be good. I just don't know if they're going to be the true title contender that you were probably hoping for Giannis to land on, to try and go for one more ring. But they'll be good. I don't think there's much doubt about that. So here's the state of our youth academy now. After adding, this is the guy I wanted to look at. He ends up with 3 play styles, so he ends up with the minimum. That sucks, obviously. Let's put him on half winger to get his pace and his stamina up first. This guy's on dynamic. Let's get him off dynamic. I mean, deep playing playmaker's not bad, but let's go wide half. Typically, the very first ones I go for are the ones that do stamina and pace. And then from there, I'll put them in the right ones. But that's kind of been my strategy. And these guys are on dynamic as well. The Timberwolves with Ant and LaMelo will definitely be entertaining. I'm excited that that Ant will have like a really good backcourt partner. It's not something he's typically dealt with. So yeah, our youth academy, it's certainly been stronger before. Obviously, when I decided to go down to 1 scout, that was going to impact the strength of our youth academy, but we already have a lot of the players that you figured to be the core of the team going forward. We already have a lot of those guys already secured, so I don't think it's the biggest worry. So I think we're gonna just sim this next match. We got to start making some progress on the year. I think I've watched 3 games and we just started March. So probably got to start picking up the pace here. Still 4th, so we've dropped 1 ranking today. This is going to be another one I'm going to quick sim. We lose. Nakasawa comes into the game and scores a goal to make it so we're not shut out, but not doing too well. We're now down to 5th. So we're probably going to be in promotion playoff territory, it seems like, this year. Let's go ahead and look at the standing, get a little bit of a standings update. Down to 64. We're now 12 points off from automatic promotion, which was our expectation from ownership this year. I didn't think it was the most realistic expectation. Like, when I showed the ratings at the beginning of the year, we were not by any means the best team in the league by a long shot. I knew we'd still be towards the top of the league. This is probably where I was expecting us to be, honestly. It's just that we started a little bit better at the 3rd spot, but we're now 7 points off the 3rd spot. It's Birmingham, who we beat. I mean, we beat these teams that we see listed ahead of us, but the consistency isn't quite there, which, we're a really young team. We're full of teenagers. Is everyone still a teenager? Has anybody reached 20 years old yet? Yeah, some of our guys are 20 years old. Only Raccoon's 20 years old. So the guys that we started with are now over 20, but like 21, Yunusamon's probably our oldest player. So there's going to be some inconsistencies for sure. And this is the first league that's really, since year 1, has really challenged this. So Oli Raccoon gets his first call up to international duty with Germany. I think this is overdue for our boy Oli Raccoon. Marcus Nelson for the U.S., but not Joe White this time. But we have now had 3 players on our team get called up for their national team at some point or another, with Kuhn, with Nelson, and with Joe White. Nice to see that finally happening. Hopefully, eventually, I'll get an offer to be the U.S. men's national team coach here. And then we get a draw here. We get goals from Diarra, interesting, Nelson, and Higgins. Diarra scores. He obviously doesn't score super consistently, but he gets a decent amount of goals. In Sim. We're down into the orange. I mean, probably shouldn't be thinking about getting an offer to the U.S. men's national team when Warrington might not even want us. Again, I mean, we're in 5th place in the championship. Nakasawa wants to leave. He's officially submitted a transfer request. Where does that leave us at Cam? We don't have anybody else that's a Cam. I mean, Harada can play it. That leaves us pretty thin at Cam. Edward Johansson's up to a +10, by the way. I get it. He's a 72. It's not because of a financial thing right now. I don't think anybody's open to... I did a bunch of signings last episode for everyone that was eligible this year. Here's a look at our wages. I accidentally paid Unusam on this much. I wasn't planning on it. But I hit the delegate button and then I forgot to edit it before I delegated it. So he's now the second highest played player on our team for a long time too. So that one was a mistake. Like he should not be making more than Marcus Nelson, that's for sure. But we've got pretty much everybody on like good fair wages now. Except for Amon, who's a little bit overpaid. But yeah, we're gonna have to lose Nakasawa. I mean, I don't think I'm technically obligated to accept any of these offers, right? I can still reject it, even though he submitted the request. Are you going to get more playing time at Sheffield United? What level is Sheffield United? Your heart stung when I did what? What are you referring to? I'm not going to say no to somebody who doesn't want to be here, man. Even if it does put us in a tough spot. If you don't want to be here, you don't want to be here. Ooh, Birmingham also wants him. I'll accept that one too. Both of these, he's staying in England. Oh, paying somebody over Marcus Nelson? Yeah, I mean. He ends up accepting with Sheffield United. We get a little bit less money. I would have liked it if he was with Birmingham because we could have played him. As far as I know, if you accept multiple, the player chooses, right? I don't know how that works. But I accepted multiple offers on a bunch of our guys now at this point. We've got Wolves. I like to play Wolves, but I feel like we got to get going a little bit more pace-wise here. We get a win. We needed one. It's White and Higgins scoring. Again, not a ton of goals for Nelson in this episode. I wonder where he's at. I guess our job security is back up a little bit because we finally got a win. Where does he rank now? I mean, he's not Joe White. Oh no, he's tied for first still. I read that wrong. Yeah, he's tied for first. But we're used to him dominating the league in terms of goals scored. So I guess I just have like the expectation to pretty much every time I see a match to see Marcus Nelson scored a goal. Because that's what it's been, honestly, the last 3 years. So it just hasn't quite been that kind of pace this year. Because we've been playing better teams. We got a wide playmaker here for Patrick Higgins. Look at that pace. He's very good. Another one where inside forward is just so much faster. He does take a lot of shots, so sure, let's go for it. Jesse Miller complaining about games now. He might also request out. So I don't know. I guess I just need to filter my bench in more. Because these guys are decently highly rated, and I get why they want playing time for sure. I mean, sure. Let's just get White a game right now, or Miller a game right now. Yeah, I guess Nakasawa is still in our team for the rest of the year because he can't be transferred. That's true. Jason Clark is not happy. Wagan is not happy. Bruh, Marcus Nelson's the only guy happy to be here right now. We haven't been winning a lot of games lately or a lot of matches, so I think that's probably partially responsible for that, but Hull City beats us 2-0. We're right back down to the orange one game later. You know, I don't need you to give me an email that my job security has changed after every match. Thank you very much, Warrington board. I guess that's Will Burke that I'm emailing with. Will Burke, Connor Irving, and Frozone Nixon. All right, we got another update here. Got somebody in the attack. So, okay, so the two guys that we left on our board, we've seen that their potential is starting to go down a bit. Elaine Fafana. Another center attacking mid. He's 14 years old, but he can have up to 5 play styles. I'll sign him up, I think. Nah, that one was close just because he might have some decent play styles, but I think I'm good on these guys too now at this point. I think I'm good. Let's see what this other cam is like. He's got 2. So both of these guys ended up with their lowest possible play styles. That's unfortunate. I mean, our cam's long term is probably just going to end up being Matthew Stewart anyway, but we are looking for a new backup cam now. These guys are both pretty terrible, though. Might end up being Dennis King next year because he has cam listed. He can play both wings and the cam spot off the bench for us next year. His potential is too good to be doing that, but if we don't have him do it, then we don't have anybody playing cam. Unless we want to make Finn Nielsen a cam. Can we do that actually? 83 weeks? Nope. He's a winger. Yeah, so Dennis King might be our backup cam next year. How's it going, Eric? Things are not going excellently for Warrington right now. We are in a string of losing or drawing pretty much every match. There we go. Get a 3-0 victory over Oxford United, Higgins, Stewart, and Jason Clark. He doesn't score all that often. He gets a goal here in this one. Forward we go. We'll see if there's a game we want to play here in April. Typically, I watch like 4 or 5 games in these 6-month episodes. We've already watched 3. Nelson gets on the board, as does Joe White. So back-to-back victories. Hopefully we're on the up and up now. And guess what? We got a new email saying that our job security has changed again. We're teetering right on the edge here, man. Mid-April now. We got a couple of youth roles here to assign. And this guy's 69 overall. Nice. He's ready to play. Or at least be on the bench for us. What's the goalkeeper composure? Sure, let's look at some goalkeeper composure. I guess it doesn't show it here. So we have 38 composure for Oliver Kuhn, but you can't train it. Not for goalkeepers. I guess if you do balanced, theoretically. Man, it would take him 50. Oh, he's like, he just leveled up. But he's now starting to go pretty slow. Definitely not going to be doing sweeper keeper again. Yeah, it's just going to be regular goalkeeper. Get his handling up a bit. I mean, yeah, I mean, there's not much these other ratings can go up. He's already had 97 reflexes, 90 positioning, 90 diving. None of those are going up, which is why sweeper keeper wasn't going up. The only thing it was doing was just kicking. Yeah. See, the only way to do it would be to do balance, but he'd be getting one upgrade a year. But good thing we checked on that. Let's check on some others. Like Thompson, he's just done developing, but let's check on our guys that are still growing. Got to do that every now and then. We could get a little bit more by going defender. Kind of want to get his stamina up a little bit, maybe. But might get his heading accuracy up too, just to be an even better threat there. So I think I'll actually go defender here. He's pretty big for a dude that's 6'5". Jason Clark, how are we doing here on holding? Pretty solid. We could use something that's doing his acceleration, though. His stamina's in a solid spot. What about long shots? Our cams always, or our CDMs always take long shots, but they never hit them. So how about let's go deep lying playmaker? Been working on Ramos's pace. It's at a solid spot now. Center half would get him to upgrade the fastest, so let's go for it. Got Shadow Striker going for Matthew Stewart, but he's often, his stamina's max is 69. That's not very good. His stamina won't go up. Well, we won't focus on it then. We'll just try to keep him getting better at shooting. Unless there are better options. There's a couple that are a little bit underneath. But he doesn't have any roles in Shadow Striker yet. Not that we really play him there. We have him as an advanced playmaker. Oh, he's got really good long shots. He never takes them, though. 71 long shots. Not bad. Yeah, let's have him just work on his finishing. Oh, whoops. I wasn't done doing that yet. Let Higgins have him on inside forward. I think we just checked this recently, so I think we're good here. Wouldn't mind getting his stamina up a little bit more, but I think we're fine. Working on Joe White's pace. It has gone up this episode. Target forward. We'd go faster if we did something like inside forward or Shadow Striker. What I like about target forward is it is increasing his composure a lot. But we're getting a pretty good boost by switching to Shadow Striker, which is also heading accuracy helps a lot, dribbling, ball control. I think we'll do that. And those will be our development plans for the next little bit. All right, let's get back into some gameplay action. This would theoretically be a pretty good game to hop into. But I think I want to go a little bit further before we start hopping back into games. And Thompson really is not happy here, huh? Oh, we're going to go with both of our bench center backs. So that might be a little dangerous. Man, Stewart being maxed out at 69 stamina is unfortunate. We end up losing. We allowed a goal in the 12th minute, and that was the only goal of the match. Fraser. Oh, that one's... Let's be positive, man. You're fine. I'm surprised I'm still in the green. It feels like every time we don't win a match, I go down. All right, we got Derby County. They're 20th. I don't think this is the one to hop into. We get a win. Nelson and White. Those are our top two goal scorers, so not surprising. They're Leeds with a 4-1 victory. We just won a match, and our job security went down. What's going on, FC? Can I stop getting pop-ups, please, on my PC? That'd be beautiful. All right, Birmingham might be the one to... So Jesse Miller wants to go on loan. He's very unhappy. Did we not just play him? Oh, man. How's it going, Joshua? Oh, man. Things are not going how I want them to. I'll just say that. Holy smokes. He wants to go out on loan. We're losing our offensive bench. Wow, the team we're about to play, they want a loan to buy. We'll see if they'll do it without the buy option. Should be possible. Propose loan without buy option. They're fine to do it. Yep. I don't care. So Jesse Miller is going to get loaned out to Birmingham for next year, which means not only do we need a new backup at cam for next season, we need a new backup at winger for next season. Out of nowhere. Because people think they're better than they are. That is unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Youth tournament ends soon. We're not going to participate this time. I mean, do I want to just face the same teams that I faced last time? But Birmingham is right next to us in the standings. How many more games do we have? We only have... I think we'll face Leicester. Because they're number 2, I think. Yeah, they are. And I'm not sure we faced them already. I know we faced Birmingham, Wolves, and Leeds. But have we faced this team? I think maybe we have too, but... If Miller had already been out on loan and was going to be on Birmingham, then I'd say let's play them. But I think we'll play our final game here. Before I think we're still in the promotion playoffs. So if there's any of that, we'll watch that too. I did not mean to do this. We'll just do this one. Let's beat Birmingham City. We fall 0-1. All right, we got one game left in league play. Now tied with Holland's cousin for Golden Boot in Polish League at 10 goals. It's tough to learn this game compared to the show. Yeah, I think there are certain aspects of it that are harder for sure to handle than MLB. All right. Jesse Miller out on loan right after our match. We just left him there. So a good thing this season is over and we don't really need our bench anymore because we don't have them. Oh boy. A lot of time here between our second to last game and our last game, more than usual. But here we go. Let's play the second team in the rankings. Again, I'm not sure if we played this team already. It feels vaguely familiar. But they're a 4-star team, 78 attack, 77 mid, 75 defense. Let's see where we are at this point because we're probably better than the last time I've looked. Because the last time I looked was at the beginning of this season. We're up to a 79, 75, and 73. That makes some sense. Oh, Ratcliffe got up to 80 overall. He should, I think, now have his one playstyle that he's had. Should now be a playstyle plus. I am on the wrong tab. It is not. Interesting. Wanted to try something other. Yeah, the English League is definitely like the most popular. It's where most people play. Since it was my first time ever playing the sport, I figured I'd do that as well. Yeah, the other three guys all got playstyle pluses, but Jermaine Ratcliffe did not. Oh, it's because he got loaned out. If you get loaned out, you don't get your playstyle plus at 80 overall. I think you have to wait till 90 or something. Higgins is about to get a playstyle plus, I think. How close is he? Not particularly close, actually. It won't be till next episode. But he's the next to get one. So, yeah, hopefully we'll just get the potential boost for Matthew Stewart, and then he'll also be able to get his stamina back up again. It won't be maxed out anymore. That's my hope. Let's do our pre-match training. This time, let's go back to fast shots. Get a finesse shot placed off for all of our attack. Let's not rock our yellow kits. Let's rock our white kits today. You watch me and Sparring DK. I have watched that channel a little bit as well. I don't have a ton of time for YouTube these days. And most of what I do have, I used to watch Mr. Hurricane, but here we go. Final match of season 4, unless we go into the playoff, which I believe we will. But final regular season, is that do you even call it the regular season? League play match. Koulibaly into the box and did not take Leicester long to get their first shot on goal. Luckily, Kuhn was able to save it. That one rockets off the face of that guy. Marcus Nelson. Off to Patrick Higgins. I do agree. These white ones are really nice. Maybe I'll make the white ones our regular jerseys or our regular kits whenever we promote to the Prem. Warrington has themselves a corner. Stewart will just come and take the short corner. Then he'll kick it inside. Jermaine Ratcliffe! Goal! Warrington strikes early. Jermaine Ratcliffe. He got a goal off of a corner in our last watch match. Does it again. Yeah, good luck to whoever that guy is. Getting up there with Jermaine Ratcliffe. Hurricane plays this? No, he doesn't play this. I don't really watch FC content, if I'm being honest. I've been watching Kane's college content. Nelson wins possession. Plays it ahead for Joe White, but will lose the ball. Braybrook with it. Ahead up the middle. Ratcliffe in close proximity. Amon will shut down that attack. Nelson with it. In the middle, looking for a pass and just couldn't find the angle to get it to Patrick Higgins. Cameron McKnight. Bad memories. What is that up on the upper left? So last time I played here, did we like get stomped or something? That's probably what it is. I have to imagine Diarra with the block. Raybrook inside, and Wagana was there to block that shot attempt. Higgins lofts it to the middle for Stewart. Stewart to Ramos. Nelson ahead. Patrick Stewart. This time he gets there. Higgins instead. Not Patrick Stewart, but it's a goal for Marcus Nelson. Higgins with the shot gets deflected, and like we do so very often, we get a goal off of a deflection here. Higgins, I mean, he should have just passed it to Marcus Nelson, but Nelson got it in the end. Although Nelson, I wasn't paying attention. He might have been offside had Higgins passed it to him. So, early 2-0 lead for Warrington. And there's a nice looking shot there. Kuhn able to save it. Diarra gets that to Higgins, but I guess we're just clearing it away, forcing them to start it from further back. Braybrook to Somare. Somare with it once more. He'll pass it ahead. Just outside the box. And the shot comes in. Kuhn easily snags it. Our mascot is a dragon. Indeed it is. So I guess we'd technically be like the Warrington Dragons. I don't know. Oh, man. Diarra hits the turf. Yeah, it does also look like a griffin, but that was the like most dragon-looking one, and I picked the dragon mascot, so. Stewart to Patrick Higgins. Higgins to Ramos. Gabriel Ramos. Just way too many Warrington players in like the same spot of the field there. Made it easy to defend. Gotta spread out a little bit more here. Same kind of problem as Wagana and Higgins practically ran into each other. But Matthew Stewart now was not on the same page with Joe White. White didn't even go for the through ball. Ponomarenko to Somare. Braybrook and Winks playing a little bit of a two-man game. Now they'll push it ahead. Out to the right wing. But the defense is good, man. We're staying in our lanes, but still, that one nearly turned into a goal. That was a beautiful pass. Just off target. Oh, not by much at all. Nelson heads it, but couldn't find a teammate. Winks on the advance, finds Koulibaly into the middle, but Amon there with the block. Another good defensive stop by Warrington. Ramos ahead to Marcus Nelson. Higgins now gets it by his defender, finds Marcus Nelson for the third Warrington goal, but he was offside. One ankle. He was offside by an ankle. But nice to see Nelson putting the ball in the back of the net here in this match. He hasn't been doing it to his normal rate in our watched games so far. Nelson going for another one. This time easily saved off the ground. Now looking at a bit of a counterattack here from Leicester. They're advancing quickly. And Ama intercepts it, but not for long. Now Clark with it. Gabriel. Up to Nelson. That finds its way through the defense to Patrick Higgins. Higgins on the left wing. Looking for a pass and won't find a good one. We are getting near halftime here as Higgins steps in front of the pass and now sprinting down the left wing, but you gotta find a pass yourself there, mate. Somare passing it ahead. Panoremenko. I think that's how you say that name. It's the thing about football, man. So many players are from countries with names very hard for me to pronounce. Oh my goodness. You see that burst of speed on that attack there? Totally lost the defense. Luckily, the shot was off target. Kuhn with a nice save off the corner. And we're able to survive that attack. No harm, no foul. Nelson just gets taken down. Man, I'm really fighting the urge to yawn, man. Nelson. To Gabriel Ramos. Back to Nelson. And great job by Koulibaly to play that one out of the air. Time winding down in the half. And into halftime we go. World's game. Are you talking about, like, you want to see some country games? Once I get called up to be the coach for U.S. men's national team, we will see some national team games. Until then, I don't even know if I can see them. Here's the halftime stats here. We'll trail in shots. We'll trail in possession time, as we typically do in passes. But 5 tackles won, 5 saves. But this does say offside. Somebody told me it wasn't offside. It was offside. It doesn't matter. Into the second half we go. See if we can continue our dominance with Ghana with a little bit fanciness there. Lost the ball, but only for a moment. Oh, Higgins. Taken down by Koulibaly. Guy's pretty physical and pretty good. Leicester. Looking to score for the first time. Oh, you're talking about the name generations. Yeah, the names. Yeah, when you're playing a worldwide game rather than a USA sport, where I know how to pronounce most of the names, makes things more difficult on me. I mean, name pronunciation is already not my best attribute, I would say. I don't know what that pass was from Nelson, but luckily we keep possession for a second, but Winks, nice play from him to win the ball from Jason Clark. Ponomarenko. I think I was saying that wrong before. Marcus Nelson with it. He'll give it to Joe White. Back to Marcus. Not a ton of space here. At least not a ton of space forward. The defense looking pretty good. On both sides, really. Oh, sorry, I'm yawning all of a sudden. It's a good thing we're nearing the end of the stream. I might need to go take a little mid-Sunday nap. Oh, that's a good ball. A lot of space. Jermaine Ratcliffe gets there and wins possession. Ratcliffe. Best defender of the day for sure. Maybe even contention for player of this episode, honestly. I don't really do like player of the episode or anything, but if I did it, might go to Ratcliffe today. Marcus Nelson. Had that one saved. We'll get ourselves a corner kick. Ratcliffe going for another goal. Won't get it. Like, I love going for Ratcliffe. I wish every now and then we'd go to Nelson more. I don't know if I need to just change where Nelson is, because he does have the precision header playstyle, and he just doesn't really get header opportunities. We now reach 60 minutes here in this one. Braybook tackled by Gabriel Ramos. Nelson up ahead for Ramos. Gabriel to Stewart up the right wing. Looking for some kind of opening. Stewart. Joe White. Oh, no, Joe, you got to take that shot. Joe White had the best shot here. And not change position from striker, but change his position in the corners. Yeah. Marcus Nelson's not changing from striker. But you can like assign positions, or I don't know if it's positions is the right word. But you can assign where players stand on corner kicks. I meant that, yeah. Not change him off a striker. Nelson beats the defense to the ball, but it'll end up out of bounds. Another corner. Oh, you want Ratcliffe to change positions? He does have a lot of pace. But he's so good at defense. How is he on the attack? Oh, it's just because on corners, one of your center backs usually comes up to take corners kicks. Ratcliffe is still center back. There he wins possession for us once more. Stewart. That one's cut off by Thomas. That one really didn't have much of a chance to get to White. But I respect the attempt. Defense continuing to look good. We just win so many of these balls in the midfield area. Higgins will go for goal and scores it. Patrick Higgins. In the 72nd minute, makes it 3-0 Warrington. Yeah, Ratcliffe only advances for corners. Beautiful stuff from the attack. Higgins. They're not outside the box, but he's been able to score on these shots just like one step inside the box a couple of times today. I think we can go ahead and wrap this one up as well to see, because if we do have some playoffs to get to, I'm starting to get a little bit on the tired side. We end up winning $8.4 million. Gabriel Ramos, he has finished his development. So he will end up, I think he's at 78 now. Yep, he just got to a 78. He's not happy about very many things. He's happy about his playing time. But a 78 overall. It's solid, but it's not Premier League starter. So we need somebody better than him. Yep, we have the championship playoffs, and it's against Birmingham. So it's a good thing we didn't just play Birmingham, because we got another match against them. Player of the season ceremony is up. And the player of the season will be that guy, whoever he is, Carlos Vicente. Well, I think we played against him. I vaguely remember that name. I don't know like any European football players. Well, I know a couple like Holland and the very, very most popular ones. But apart from that, most of these guys, I have no idea who they are. But shout out to him. EFL Championship Player of the Season for, Birmingham. So we're about to play him like right now. Beautiful. I'll have to keep an eye on him. So I have no idea how these playoffs work. So I'm assuming it's just a one and done kind of deal. So taking a look here. So how many of the playoff teams win? Is it just you win the game and you're in, or do you have to win 2 games? So yeah, is it? I mean, it might just be you have to win. It's only one of these 4 go. So we'll have to be both Birmingham and then maybe Wolves after. All right, let's find out. So Carlos Vicente out there on the right wing. Got to watch out for him. He just won Player of the Season. Is complacent bad? So I honestly don't know what those effects have on the game. I feel like he's probably just going to take it easy, which doesn't feel good. But it usually doesn't last long from what I've seen. Like I've had guys that complacent when we win the league, they get complacent for a little bit, but then they're just back to normal pretty quickly. So I wonder, does doing the highlights work in tactical league? Because I don't know if I want to watch 2 more full games. Screw it, let's go. We have some guys that are not happy, man. Got to get these guys on bigger contracts. So I was kind of worried about. That's why I was almost just like, we have the budget, just pay these guys a crap ton of money. So we'll be in the blue kits and we'll force Birmingham into their whites for this game. Let's go. We've got playoffs here. The stakes are as high as they can be. We haven't lost a single game we've watched on this stream. Unless I'm misremembering, but I don't think... The closest, I mean, we were down to... Well, I don't even... Yeah, we were down to Spurs at half. Then we came out in the second half and dominated. But other than that, we've been the better team in these. So we'll see how this plays out. Jason Clark with it. Wagana up to Patrick Higgins. Higgins to Nelson. He'll fire one from deep. Saved. Respect the early long shot attempt. Birmingham now going the other way. It's Gray. Stansfield tries to get it to the player of the season, but Wagana heads it away. And Gabriel Ramos tried to pass it to Stewart, but he was on his hands and knees. Ratcliffe clears that one, but we have more instances of some of our players just being in the exact same spot. That's not exactly where you want to be. Stewart. Higgins up to Nelson. Promising attack. Joe White will take the shot. He is officially the player to watch in this one, according to the commentary. Nelson decided not to try and turn around. He'll just give it back to Stewart, who gets tackled. All right. I will be back in a couple of minutes for the second time here in the stream. I got to take a quick break. I'll see y'all soon. Hopefully nobody scores while I'm gone. And if they do, hopefully it is our team. Ah, we scored a goal. Who was it? Somebody scored a goal for Warrington. We're up 1-0 here in the playoff. I have no idea who it was. But good defense there. On the counterattack we go. Lofting it. Joe White tracks it down. Joe White. Oh, that one had some potential out to Stewart. It was Joe White who scored it. Very nice. Stewart. To Gabriel Ramos. And, oh, man, Nelson. Had a couple of nearly great passes to Matthew Stewart. Birmingham. On their first attack, Stansfield. To Carlos Vicente. Oli Raccoon with the diving save. Keeps them off the board here. We're over halfway through this first half. Vicente. Gray back to Leonard here. Birmingham bringing more players here into their attack. To the left wing. Gray with it. Crosser is scooped up. Leaping up to get it is Kuhn. Higgins. Cross the entire field to Joe White. He's got some space to work with here. Clark. Inside to Marcus Nelson. He turns around. Fires! Jankowski. With a diving save. Ball remains in the possession of our Warrington FC Dragons. Vicente. To Prisk, right back to him. Yunus Aman, great job, but no. They'll say it's Birmingham ball here. Free kick. I thought that looked clean from Aman, right? Maybe. I'm not so sure. Intercepted by Clark. Going the other way is Warrington FC. Nelson. Lofted for wide, no good. Jankowski's a beast. He's certainly had a couple of gnarly saves, that's for sure. And he gets another one here. That one wasn't the most difficult save, but it was a nice one. But Joe White was offside anyway. Got a couple of those. Stansfield. Prisk out to Gray. He keeps it in bounds. He'll get the ball back here. Just outside the box. Gray. Doing some fancy dribbling. Inside. Back to Prisk. But it is stopped by the Warrington defense. That was a pretty dangerous pass there, but it found its home. Wagana loses it to Garcia. Carlos Vicente gets by Clark. Birmingham. Kind of lost their momentum on that attack. It had some promise at the start. But then the players just kind of stopped running. White, he keeps it in bounds. Nice job by these wingers to keep the ball in bounds here. And Ramos gets tackled. Jason Clark, he'll load up for a shot. Another first half save by this Jankowski guy. Quite a beast indeed. Stansfield with some space in the middle. He'll pass it up ahead. Stansfield. Amon, nice job cutting in front of that one. And now we have reached halftime. Got ourselves a 1-0 lead here. 6 shots for us. 1 for Birmingham is all they were able to get. Very similar kind of stat line that we're used to seeing in the first half here. Let's get the second half underway. Yeah, there is Joe White, 18th minute. Missed it. Patrick Higgins. Gabriel Ramos. Look at all those footsteps in the grass. I feel like they're so pronounced here. Are they? Is it usually like this and I'm just now noticing it? It feels like I see them more than usual. Clark. Yomo Wagana. Those two playing a little two-man game. Patrick Higgins inside. Oh, no. A better pass to Stewart there would have led to a goal. But instead it's Marcus Nelson. First goal here of this match. Marcus Nelson put that one in a spot where it just could not be saved. Right on the corner. Quick turnaround. I mean, yeah, that is pinpoint accuracy from Marcus Nelson. So again, I'm not familiar with this. It looks like there's a good chance we'll either be heading to the playoff final if it is just one team promoting, or if 2 teams promote, we'll have a good chance of earning a promotion for the 3rd straight season following this game. As long as we don't collapse here in the rest of the second half. Vicente up to Garcia. Birmingham has himself some good momentum here. Carlos Vicente. Cross inside. Diarra heads it away. Nelson finds Diarra. Diarra! Oh! Ends up getting back on the ball after falling to the floor. I felt a little dirty. I wonder if we'll get a delayed yellow card there. We'll see. Stansfield just nothing doing on that pass. No one was home. Fay to Stansfield, up to Cullen. Cullen has Jason Clark tracking him and just passes it right into the waiting feet of Wagana. Higgins with it now. Gabriel Ramos. Higgins, I think he was offside anyway. And we do get the delayed yellow card here for Leonard. I think that's a pretty good call. That was he did not get ball or really get close to it on that attempt there. We are past the 60-minute mark. This is typically where I like to see if anybody needs to be subbed out. I think we'll get some run for Harada. If we didn't have a lead, I might go Nakasawa here, but he's also gone. Man, our entire bench is pissed. Oh. And then Stewart's also pissed. I don't know why, man. We have literally one happy person on our team, and it's Marcus Nelson. Thank goodness for Marcus Nelson. I love that guy, man. Speaking of Marcus Nelson, he's got it here. Midfield and loses it. Couldn't find a pass. Leonard to Stansfield. Colin. He's got space. Colin. Stansfield. Out to the left wing. Fay will take the shot. Saved by Oliver Kuhn once more. Birmingham just not really finding space against this defense. Credit to our defenders. Jermaine Ratcliffe, the one to save that attack. But got a lot of size and pace on our defense, and it shows. Marcus Nelson looking for a pass. That one gets to Higgins. Higgins on the left wing. Still with the ball. Just passes it backwards to Jason Clark. And White loses it. Didn't really have much space to create an advantage there, it felt like. Yeah, we would have had to have found like a nice through ball or something. Stansfield. Oh! Birmingham is on the board. 2-1. That attack kind of snuck up on me. Didn't feel like it was one that had a ton of promise, but a great ball there. Yeah, maybe it might be a setting of this stadium that I kind of like it. I like seeing like the wear and tear over the course of a match of a field. Seems pretty cool to me. Well, how's it going, man? Welcome to the stream. We are nearing the end, but we are currently in a playoff for a chance to promote to the Premier League, and we've got a 2-1 ball game against Birmingham City. Had ourselves a comfy little 2-0 lead, but now things are going to be tight here over the last 20 or so minutes. Got to wrap this one up. Don't want this to go to penalties or anything like that. I imagine in the playoff it would. Can you go for a draw in a playoff situation? That seems counterintuitive. But again, I'm very unfamiliar with these league playoff formats. Diarra, great job to win the ball back. Stewart to Joe White. Joe is feels like he's been pretty quiet here in the second half. Matthew Stewart loads up for a shot. Kuhn better not choke this. I don't think he will. I believe in Oliver Kuhn. He's Jermaine Ratcliffe going for another goal. Can you imagine if he got another one? They were suggesting some subs. I wonder who they're suggesting. You know what? Even though Nakasawa isn't technically on our team anymore. Well, I mean, he's technically on our team, but he's leaving our team. I got to put him in. Stewart's just a little too tired. It's probably our best chance at getting one final goal. Our defenders, I think, all have enough energy to finish this one out. I don't want to go put in a worse defender. But we do have some drama down the stretch of this one. Birmingham needs one more to knot this one up at 2 apiece. Marcus Nelson dribbling through the defense. And eventually he gets caught. Was entertaining for a minute there, though. Vicente to Cohen. Stansfield up for Vicente, player of the season. But Kuhn wisely gets ahead of that lofted pass. Birmingham right back on the attack, though. Fay. Stansfield. Colin and Kuhn. On the ground, another save. Got to hold out for less than 10 minutes. I don't know how much extra time there'll be, but I imagine it won't be 5. Good defending there. So Birmingham will get at least one more attack going here in this match. Colin. Back to Stansfield. Leonard. Leonard searching, and won't find anybody. Amon wins the possession back. Nelson up to Higgins. Higgins, a lot of space in the middle. Higgins will just go for the shot on the outside of his foot. Saved away, but we'll have a corner to Jermaine Ratcliffe. It goes, and he just missed. A little bit wide. That's a little bit more than a little bit. 3 extra minutes in this match. Time for Birmingham to do one more attack. We'll see how good it is. Cohen. Back to Garcia. Up to Carlos Vicente. A great ball for Stansfield. Into the middle. And it's a tie game. Birmingham does it in extra time. The equalizer in the 93rd minute. Yunus Amon, the one tracking their striker, allows him to get by. And I don't think we're going to have enough time to really try and do anything here. Yep, that's full time. So what are you doing full time in a playoff? Do we just get extra time here? No, it's a draw. Okay, so draws are allowed in a playoff scenario. How does that work? I clearly don't understand. Is it just like the higher seeded team takes it? If so, we just lost to Birmingham City. Because they're the 5 seed, we're the 6 seed. Bro, if that just lost us our promotion to the Prem, I'm talking out of my cheeks here. I have no idea what I'm talking about, but wow. Matthew Stewart was our highest rated player. He was just kind of gassed. I wanted to get a little bit more of an oomph out on the attack. Dang. I probably should be doing like the post-match interviews because our players aren't happy and it would help me boost player happiness. But I haven't been doing that because I feel like I don't want the artificial boost, but I might have to start. I haven't really needed it up to this point. So we play them again? Oh, this is too much, man. I can't play every single... This stream's gonna end soon, dude. We have 2 youth players. Okay, these guys... Leon, we just barely added, literally. And he already is demanding to be out. We just added him. I mean, he's probably going to be the guy that we loan out on our defense next year. What was the other guy? It was this guy? Yeah, this one makes sense. He's 18 years old. I wish I knew how this worked. Is it just because we draw, we got the whole other game? Would we not have this game? Is it one where it's a total points over a stretch of 2 games? Yeah, it is a total over the stretch of 2 games. Oh, whoops. Let's save it. I don't want to see our yellows. I want to see our whites. I just think our whites are cleaner than our yellows. How about this? Because I don't even know if this is our last game. Can I like jump to sim? Yeah. Here we go. Let's jump to sim, and if it's a close one, we'll watch like maybe the last. We'll jump in at like the 60-minute mark. Oh! Oh, I thought Joe White scored that. Oh, is that? No, we're the white. We're the white. Yeah, that's Marcus Nelson with the ball right here. Look at this. This is the first time I've done this. This is interesting. Because you can still kind of see who has the ball all the time. So Oliver Kuhn just saved what was like a point-blank shot early on in this match. It's pretty baller by him. Another corner for Birmingham City. In, and Kuhn snags it. Yeah, this is fun. I like this. I should do this more often. Maybe for like FA Cup games and stuff that I don't want to watch, I can do this. Matthew Stewart and Higgins. No, he didn't score that. What? Higgins didn't score that off the deflection, man. That's crazy. Wagana. We got Stewart up to Nelson. He missed. He missed. Yeah, this is fun. I like this low mode here. Feels like I'm playing. Oh, man. Nelson just missed. Ratcliffe won't convert the corner. A lot of people in this part of the field now, man. We got to find something. Stewart! Marcus Nelson scores it off the deflection. Let's go. All right. Pause. jump to tactical view. Let's see if we can finish this one out. Yeah, composure could have been there, but that was, I mean, would have been a tough one for Kuhn to save. I feel like no matter what. Because it was just a beautiful ball. It was pretty point blank range. All right, let's see if we can do a better job of closing out Birmingham City this time. We got another one that will likely come down to the wire. Stansfield with it. Lofts it for Gray, but Diarra was there. Nice defense. Nelson to Stewart. Higgins with it now. Back to White, but stepping in front of it was that Birmingham defender. Nice job. Gray with it. With some space. Diarra there on the defense. Towards the middle. Warrington just not giving any angles for the attack, and Jermaine Ratcliffe ultimately gets possession back for us. Marcus Nelson just nothing really doing there on that pass out to Higgins, but Wagana, great anticipation. Steps in front of the pass. Stewart now with some space. Ahead to Marcus Nelson! Goal! Marcus Nelson! Second goal of the match. Both here in this second half. I mean, what a ball there from Matthew Stewart, man. Let's go. 2-0. We did have a 2-0 lead on this team last time, though. When did Birmingham score their first goal? I think it was probably around this time in the match, right? I think it was a little bit earlier, but Carlos Vicente into the box. Nice job by Jermaine Ratcliffe to block that one. But Birmingham City gets a corner here. Newman to Vicente. Inside, and instead of going for a goal, he'll clear it out with his head. Aman defending. Out to Vicente. Cullen with it again. This time Leonard turns around, shoots it. Kuhn with the deflection and the save. And we're able to clear it out. Birmingham looking to build another attack, though, but Aman shuts it down. Stewart with it. He'll lay it forward. Nelson to Gabriel, but that touch got a little bit away from him. What's that 2-4? Oh, that's the aggregate. That's the aggregate. I was wondering why there's that 4-2 up there on the scoreboard, but now I see. Stansfield. Out to Cullen. Cullen finds Gray. Not a lot of space inside the box for Birmingham City. Good defending. Stewart. To Wagana, to Nelson. Can we build this into a solid counterattack that would really put this game away? Matthew Stewart into the box. He goes wide. Probably should have seen if there's any substitutions we should make. That's not where you do it. Oh, look how tired we are, dude. Yeah, we got to bring some people in. Ramos is tired. Diarra's injured. Nice. Where's our... We lose subs for this? So we have nobody... we have nobody that plays right back. I mean, Lewis technically plays right back. Sure. It's not great, though. Where's our guy that usually plays right back? We just lost some bench spots, I guess. We'll do this again. You know what? No, we won't. Last time it didn't work. I'll just not do it this time. Stewart is pretty gassed, though. But we don't really need the attack to do much else. We just need the defense to hold up. Faye. Oh, that's right. He's got that hair that super messed up. Birmingham. That's a good ball. Faye. Into the box. And Amon this time gets in front of the attacker before the shot can go off. Stewart dancing around. Finds Joe White. White gets it back from Gabriel Ramos. White gets it back once more. This time loses it. I kept on giving it back to White, hoping he'd shoot it, I guess, but the shot never came. '84th minute. This will be a pretty epic collapse if we were to end up losing this one. Lewis? Looks so goofy out there playing fullback. That's 6'5". There he is joining our attack. Man, your boy really needs a nap. Here we go. Vicente. Lofted pass. Kuhn gets there in time. Birmingham wins back possession of the ball, though. Amon. Good defending. Jermaine Ratcliffe. Great defending. Nelson. Through ball. Higgins. Space. Speed. Lays it off. Oh, we almost got the hat trick for Marcus Nelson. He was offside anyway. Or no, that not the offside. That was the just the showing that it was the goalkeeper to kick it, whatever that is called in football. Carlos Vicente dribbling the wrong direction. Down to about the final couple seconds here. This will be the final Birmingham attack. We'll see if they end up getting on the board. Lewis gives it to Oliver Kuhn, and we will defeat Birmingham here. 2-0 in the game, 4-2 in the aggregates. And our fans are pumped about it. Does this mean that we just promoted to the Premier League? I have no idea. I don't know if we face whoever won the other playoff series or not. But we beat Birmingham in this match. It was 0-0 at the half, but Nelson scores a brace. And as far as I know, that might send us to the Premier League. Diarra is injured. I hope it does. I don't see anything else left on our schedule. I think we just promoted to the Premier League. By the skin of our teeth. Yeah. Cool, Vincent. I wish you wouldn't have forced me to... I wish you wouldn't have forced me to promote you before the league year started. We've done it back-to-back-to-back promotions, so we won't win the Champions League, the Championship League, unless we get relegated out of the Prem next year. So let's go ahead and go over some stats for the season now that it is officially over. We'll go by appearances here. Oliver Kuhn played in all 52 matches for us. Didn't do quite as well as he did a season ago. 6.5 average overall. Only a. Why is the Carabao Cup listed above of the championship? I'm used to seeing our league play at the top, but I'll have to look at the second row. 665 in the championship. Couple of goals for Diarra. Only went up one because he's done developing. Ramos, found out he's done developing. 5 goals for him on the year, 8 assists. Did his composure go up? He's the same overall, so I'm going to guess no. That's when I checked. Jason Clark had 2 goals, 4 assists. 6.42 average. Ratcliffe, I mean, those were the only 2 goals. We saw both of the goals he scored. I felt like he should be scoring more, but nope. 25 goals, 16 assists, 10 clean sheets for Joe White. He went up 6. He's up to an 83 overall. Same with Marcus Nelson. These two guys are like 2 peas in a pod. 24 goals, 11 assists. So Joe White was our leading goal scorer. Although Marcus Nelson, all of his goals were in league play, so he'll have more in the leaderboard. But overall, Joe White, our leading goal scorer this year. Wagana. He goes up just +5. I was honestly hoping for a little bit more from him. He's close to another one. But I feel like 5's not a ton for a guy who such a low overall and played all the time for us. Matthew Stewart +5. 9 goals, 9 assists for him. Not incredible. Another guy who just kind of looked like maybe he was better when we watched than in Sim. But Yunus. We'll see what happens at the center back spot next year for us. Another spot that'll be very interesting to figure out. Patrick Higgins. I really like the guy. I like the guy a lot. I think he's very talented. But Edward Johansson has the highest upside of really maybe our entire attack, let alone our wingers. He might even have more upside than Marcus Nelson as striker, which is, I mean, y'all know Marcus is my boy. But Higgins is probably the one that would lose his job. Although I think we had Johansson out on a 2-year loan, so we might not even have to make the decision next year. Let me get to our backups here. Johansson got 10 appearances is all, but got up 11 overall. Like, once again, I'll hammer at home. Edward Johansson went up twice as much as anyone else on our team this year. I guess there's a +7. Oh, that was also a loan. Is Nelson on a poacher? I'll show you what I have for everybody's roles. Poacher. White is a winger. Higgins is an inside forward. Stewart's a playmaker. We have a holding for Clark, deep line playmaker for Ramos, wingback for Wagana, fullback for Diarra, defender for Aman, and ball playing defender for Ratcliffe. And just regular goalkeeper for Kuhn. I didn't make any changes. So those are our stats. In terms of where we ranked, so Nelson, this time he only tied, but he has led the league in goals scored every year he's played football. Joe White was not that far behind. And again, overall, the entirety of the season, Joe White had more goals. Assists, Joe White's, 5 more than anybody else. Joe White's a demon, man. Joe White is a demon. Man, Lucas Perry for Leeds United, huh? Leeds United was just pretty good this year, huh? Average rating. Usually this is where we dominate at the top, but it's Joe White, the first up in 4th place. Marcus Nelson on this list up high, but Leeds United was the best team in the EFL Championship this year, for sure. Let's go ahead and look at the final standings. They end up with 98 points. 91 in second place. And so if I'm getting this right, it'll be Leeds, Leicester, us, and whoever won between Norwich and Wolves. I'm going to assume it's Wolves. And we're ready now to end the season. Nope. We have not promoted to the Premier League. We're going against Norwich. The season's not over. F me, man. All right. I thought the season was over. It is not. We do have Diarra back, which is very helpful. All right. I thought this stream was over. It is not. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Let's get to it. I'm going to do... How did I go into it last time? I think it was just start a tactical view. I'll do the same thing. If it's close, we'll look at the last 30 minutes or so of it. But I was not planning on this. I was planning on this stream being over by now. So let's get this going. Plus, I actually think it's fun to watch this. Oh, this jersey matchup doesn't look very good. So I'm assuming the more... Oh, man. Norwich scores early. All right. Diarra on the attack. Looking to score another goal here really early to tie us back up. Nelson, that somehow gets that pass off to Stewart. Must have been offsides, though. Or offside. Norwich. Looking to extend their lead. And Kuhn snaps it up. Stewart. To Nelson. Nelson seeking an angle and gets that one saved away. We got a corner. Cleared out. And Ratcliffe off target on another shot attempt. Playing upside the left wing. Get it into the box, Norwich. That's a great tackle there by Ratcliffe. White with it now. Back to Ramos. Ramos into Marcus Nelson. But he got tackled before he could get the shot off. Ahmad finds Stewart. Nelson trying to weave through some traffic. Finds Joe White. And we didn't score it. I was wondering what was happening. It's 0-1 or 1-0 for Norwich at the half. Stewart. To Diarra. Diarra. Oh, man. Good passing inside, but it's saved. Norwich on the attack. Just slowly getting it up the right side. No resistance there from Wagana. After this attack, we'll probably jump in and see the rest. Nelson into Higgins. It's saved away. And we'll jump in for... Oh, the corner. I need to make this tactical view. And Ratcliffe just misses. All right, shut out of this one so far. Can Warrington find a way to come out with a win? Or even a draw, as I imagine this will be similar to last time where it's an aggregate. Inside, Ratcliffe. Clears it away. Nelson. Up to Stewart. Patrick Higgins lost the ball. Oh boy, Wagana. That was a little dirty. A little dirty from our boy Wagana. Right. Oh, that's a good ball. Oh, Kuhn. Great save. Higgins gets all the way down to the dirt to head that one. Wagana. Through ball up to Higgins with speed into the box and didn't get the timing right to get the pass off to Nelson. Had he passed it would have been offsides. Not in sync on that one. What could have been the equalizer. Warrington on the counter attack. Ooh, that one's got potential. Joe White ties it up at 1 apiece. Joe White with another goal. Second of this playoff format. I mean, and then just what a beautiful pass from Matthew Stewart. Setting him up for success. 1-1. Still about 20 minutes left of this match. It's up for anybody to take the early advantage. Nelson to Wagana on the left wing. Gabriel Ramos. Marcus Nelson. He'll just take the shot. It goes over the goal. Can you show Ratcliffe's agility? I don't know if I can see it from here. I'll have to do it after the game, I think. You'll have to remind me. Jurasek. Oh man, these guys got some names that I am not going to be able to pronounce. Makama. Up to Jurasek. Cross. Great determination there from Gabriel Ramos. Gabriel. Just playing a little bit of ring around the rosy. Oh no. Now Jermaine Ratcliffe is out of position for this attack, but do a nice job getting them back. This time it's Yanu Saman playing some great defense. Higgins loses it between two Norwich defenders. On the right wing, Jurasek into the middle, and it's another Norwich goal. This is a beautiful pass, man. And he had to go down to the ground and fake some sort of injury afterward just to be extra. I'm not sure what Stewart was trying to do there. Well, I mean, I know what he was trying to do, but it wasn't particularly a high percentage chance of actually working. Forcing. Gets it back in the box, and now Norwich leads 3-1. Oh boy. I think we gotta jump back to the sim here. I got dinner with my family in not too long. I'm not even gonna be able to take the nap that I wanted at this rate. This stream's going so long. Did we just score? No, we didn't. Jermaine Ratcliffe. Oh, it's an own goal. I mean, yeah, I gotta hop back in at this rate, dude. I'm trying to end this season, man. Oh, whoops. I don't want to actually be controlling the team. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. This team. Not going down easy. Got 3 minutes of extra time to try and knot us up at 3 apiece. Matthew Stewart. Ahead for Wagana. Clark. To Wagana, up to Patrick Higgins. Higgins. Pass inside is just too close to the goal. Makes it an easy save. And I'm not sure why they haven't called time yet. There they go. So we'll lose this one 2-3. I imagine, again, we're just going to be down 1 going into the second match. Oh, it says no scheduled fixtures. Wait, what he said? Maybe I'm not quite ready yet. I mean, you have to be, dude. This is the end of the year. Or is that we just lost the Prem? I don't know. I think we just lost. Is that what just a 1 game, but the one before is a 2? Or was it only a second game because we tied the first time? I don't want the Argentinian women's national offer. That's the second time I've gotten this job offered to me twice. Not gonna do it. I wouldn't even do it if it was the men's, just because that's not. I guess, yeah, we just lost. I would have been a lot more sad in that moment had I known that was actually losing. Gonna be losing the Prem. I had an email that I wanted to see. Can I not go back? So we end up 5th. We will not promote to the Premier League. Probably won't come as a surprise to you that we're not entirely satisfied with the team's results this season. That's because you expected too much. Honestly. 5th place is I think right at expectation for what I had for this season. We will not promote for the 3rd straight year, just coming up short against Norwich. Now I think I have a better idea. If we end up in the playoffs again next year, I'll have a better idea. And I won't be on stream theoretically for next year, so I'll be able to commentate it hopefully better. Because had I known that goal to put us behind 3-1 pretty much lost us a chance at the Prem, I would have been even more sad about it. Nakasawa's gone. So I'm going to, we're not going to like edit anything from the team, I don't think. We'll go to the 3rd. We'll get our final Youth Academy update. Before that, I'll remember the request here for Jermaine Ratcliffe. Agility is at 67. It's pretty good. Let's get our final France report here. Oh, geez, I must have forgotten to check them up. Whoa! Elias Ferre has the potential to be special. Let's go. We have so many people to look at. Ludovic Durant. I think I'll also sign this guy on. I think we'll reject everybody else here. Oh, some of these guys are signed to other people's. Interesting. So if you don't sign them, other people are also discovering them. Okay, that makes sense. But yeah, tough break indeed. We were one game away. One game away from promoting to the Premier League. Instead, we got to be, if not the favorite, one of the favorites to get there this season. So Elias Ferre ends up with, I don't know. I'm going to have to figure out how to pronounce that in French, but this is now our second center back of the future. 6'4", 4 play styles. Really, really good. 83 to 94 potential. We know he has the potential to be special. That's what I'm looking at for sure. So, yeah, 67. That's, for a man of his size, that's pretty insane agility for him. I'll probably start clearing out, like, we have, like, is Clerk really that good? Is Fofana really that good? No. Let's get these guys out here. So I'll do some of this cleaning up as well, kind of throughout. But that's it for this stream. Thanks, y'all, for hopping in. Thanks to everybody who participated in chat or just watched. If you could drop a like, it'd really help me out a lot. And we'll be kicking off Season 5 and trying to earn our promotion next year in the next episode. And I will see